Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jayla Usher,
And I'm Bisra Alabacha.
and today we are honored to have the opportunity to welcome you all to the 2026 State of the City Address.
Jayla, oh. Jayla and I serve as co-presidents on Whitehall's own Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. And I think I can speak for both of us when I say standing here is an opportunity we do not take lightly.
Getting the opportunity to be here in front of a community that shows up, supports its young people, and believes in our potential means more than I could possibly express. Your presence today reflects Whitehall's own stand for unity, growth, and a shared commitment to progress.
As the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, we're proud to represent the voices of young people who care deeply about the future of our own city, Whitehall. We all come from different backgrounds and experiences, but we're united by one purpose: making sure every young person in Whitehall feels heard, seen, and valued.
As we look ahead to tonight's address, we're excited to hear about the work being done to move our city forward and the role that young people continue to play in shaping that future. On behalf of Mayor Youth Advisory Council, we thank you for being here and believing a Whitehall can become when everyone is included.
With that, it is our honor to welcome you to the 2026 Mayor's Youth Advisory, 2026 State of the City Address. It is now our honor to welcome you and to welcome our special guest to tonight's State of the City. We are truly grateful that you chose to spend your night and evening with us and invest in our community. Dr. Cherie Wells, Superintendent, Whitehall City Schools.
Chief Michael Crispin, Whitehall Police Department.
Lori Elmore, Whitehall City Schools.
Whitehall Treasurer, Travel Balser.
Whitehall Council President, Tom Potter.
State Senator Herschel Craig.
Magistrate Sean Maxfield.
Devin Brown, Whitehall City Council.
Amy Harkar, Whitehall City Schools.
Lorena Lacey, President, Whitehall City School Board.
Mike Adkins, Whitehall City Council.
Larry Morrison, Whitehall City Council.
Brian McCann, Whitehall City Council.
Safety Director Van Gregg.
City Attorney Brad Nicodemus.
Gerald Dixon, Whitehall City Council.
City Auditor Shaquille Alexander.
Thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Jayla and Biz Rod. If you could give them another round of applause, they do an excellent job. I just want to make one brief correction. Amy Harkar and Lori Elmore are members of our Whitehall City Council. So another round of applause for them, please. Thank you.
Oh.
Our guard, attention! Carry colors! Forward, forward! Mark on! Mark! Detail! Up! Left face!
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You're all standing. I pledge of allegiance.
Present arms!
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Arms! Right face! Forward! March!
Good morning, good evening, everyone. This will be your only presentation now from the stage. Hello, everyone. My name is Curtis Nutter. I've been the Whitehall City intern for about 10 months now. I've really grown to love and appreciate this community, all of the opportunity here, and all of the residents that just make this community vibrant and truly, truly unique. Earlier this month, the mayor said, "Hey, Curtis, I want you to have a moment with the city." And so I said, "No, I want the city to have the moment with the city." So I've prepared 10 trivia questions for you all. So I would love for anybody who has a phone, we have 30 spots in the trivia game, to put in this code or scan this QR code to join in the trivia fun. There we go. A little bit bigger for y'all. If you answer all 10 questions right, I will give you a firm handshake. And I think the only ones who can do it here are maybe the folks from our fantastic historical society. I always love to give them a shout out because they helped me so much when I first got here. There's so much to learn from them. Waiting for the host to start. Delightful. It's my fault. Hang on. Let's try this again. Oh, I lost Wi-Fi. That's fine. Troubleshooting, troubleshooting, troubleshooting. This is the risks of technology, everybody. You will lose Wi-Fi. Go with that. You know what? For the brevity and the sake of time, I'm just going to let this linger in your mind throughout the presentation. We will come back.
Hello, everyone. Before I start, we would also like to acknowledge Chief Preston Moore. Good evening, everyone. My name is Radiat Ayala, and I've had the honor of serving as Vice President of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council this year. The Mayor's Youth Advisory Council is all about making sure that students are heard. It creates space for young people to lead, speak up, and be part of meaningful conversations that truly impact our community. This year, our council grew in such an exciting way. We had an incredible number of students apply, and I even remember sitting down with our executive board and speaking with the mayor as he read through all of the applications, and he could not stop smiling. At some point, he even joked, "Let's just take everyone." That moment truly did mean a lot to me because it showed how much he truly believed in the young leaders of this city. We welcomed so many new members, which strengthened our council and led to the creation of new committees that will be launching soon. Throughout the year, we held regular meetings where students shared perspectives and talked about challenges and worked together on ideas to create change. As our numbers increased, so did our vision. One of the most rewarding parts of being on the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council has truly been getting to see how the city grows behind the scenes. We connected with city leaders, visited the State House, even supported community events, and began planning initiatives that residents will get to see very soon. The council has grown in confidence, purpose, and impact. Youth leadership is not just about preparing for the future, it is about helping shape the present. 2025 was such a great year for the city of Whitehall, from community events to department milestones to meaningful conversations that truly did bring people together. There has been real progress and positive momentum across our whole city. So much has helped shape the city of Whitehall in 2025. Now please direct your attention to the screen for 25 seconds of 2025.
Well, good evening. I wasn't sure how long that video was. And since you've been looking at my picture, you already know who I am, so. Yes. My name's Claude Davis, and I'm the pastor of New Life Whitehall here in Whitehall. And I am just so happy to see all of you here this evening. I think it's a wonderful thing that we're here gathered to talk about our city and be a part of what is happening in our city. You know, we planted New Life Whitehall here in Whitehall in 2017, and my wife and I, we moved to Whitehall Memorial Day weekend of 2019. And I'm assuming that probably some of you here are probably lifelong residents. Many of you are probably long-time residents. And I just want to say, you know, I've lived most of my life in Columbus and Westerville and Gahanna. And so when we came to Whitehall, I didn't really know what to expect. But from day one, Jenny and I both, we just fell in love with this community. We love the people of this community. And I have to tell you, you know, I've lived all over Franklin County, and we have a special ethos, a special feeling in this community. Whitehall is truly a community for people and families, right? So I haven't met anyone I haven't liked. If I meet you tonight, I'll just fall in love with you, all right? That's why I'm so honored to be able to introduce our mayor to you this evening. I've gotten to know Mayor Bivens over the last couple of years, and what I know about him is that his heart is truly for Whitehall and for our citizens. One thing I appreciate about him the most is his desire to restore family here in Whitehall. And as a pastor, I have to tell you, you know, I know that Whitehall's had challenges maybe over the last couple of decades. But I think with his influence in city government, this idea to restore family in our community is a very strong drive and a very strong force. And as a pastor in this city, restoring family is one of my great motivators. When we came to Whitehall, we wanted to be a family and we wanted to build family. And so I'm really excited about what's happening in our city. So I'm looking forward to our State of a City address, and with no further delay, let me introduce to you our mayor as he comes to give us lots of great news, Mayor Michael Bivens.
Well, good evening. Wow, you all look so beautiful this evening. My goodness, welcome to the city of Whitehall and the 2026 State of the City. I especially want to thank the YMCA, Tony Collins, and his amazing team for being a trusted partner and for all that you do for the city. I'm also thankful for this beautiful space this evening. Also would like to thank the amazing Youth Advisory Council. They did such a great job. And as I'm fond of saying to them, you are not just the next generation, you are the now generation. Lastly, thank you, Pastor Claude, for that introduction. In preparation for tonight, my thoughts range from tone, tenor, and what to touch upon that's worthy of your time. And as always, with experience as my teacher, I know that as with every speech I've ever done, there's the one I prepared, the one that I will deliver, and the one I wish I had done. I imagine tonight will be the same. Then as history would further teach in hopes of keeping your attention, I pray the length of this speech will not interfere with the purpose of this evening. And just for context, and while I'm certainly no Abraham Lincoln, this speech will be more than 272 words delivered at Gettysburg, but definitely not as long as the true keynote speaker of that day, Edward Everett, in his 2-hour, 13,000-word speech that preceded Lincoln's famous address. I promise it will not be that long. Because trust me, I'm mindful that we are here giving away a car this evening. And I pray that this address holds your attention until we get there. Speaking of this, I want to thank That's a Real Situation Incorporated and Spectrum Motor One for the donation. The best way for me to describe what we will all experience at the end of this address is simply serendipity. And yet, as I reflect on the 2 years, 62 days that I've had the privilege since taking the oath to be your mayor, I'm reminded of Lincoln's words at the end of his beautifully brief address. In honoring the fallen, he says that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Thus, in honoring the central purpose and theme of this occasion, it is my firm hope, beyond the words prepared in celebration of the great success of our city, that Whitehall remain a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that we take the steps necessary to never forget that the most important and implicit word in that phrase, that's omitted but inferred in the scope of its awesome power, this word, while axiomatic by nature, its complexity blankets aspiration. For in my firm belief, Americans should never forget that our democracy hinges on this word. And if we do, our nation will soon perish, and our city right with it. The word that I'm speaking of is the simply elegant word, all, which is now worth repeating in this way: Whitehall, for all people, by all people, and for all people. The offspring of this focus, when done well, will reach and heal opposing factions, willing to submit to the salutary restraints of their opposition. Thank you, Curtis. Because honestly, no one person can speak for all without imposing self-restraint and having the integrity to seek and include voices beyond their doorsteps, and in modern times, their keyboard. I cherish these values and will always keep communication open to all that serve our city. You can clap on that. So let's begin the 2026 State of the City. And if anyone were to ask me on the first day in office, are you ready? I would say to that person on the first day then, with excitement in my heart now, Marie Long, and hope in my veins now, yes, we are. I use the word we on purpose because this city and this journey is nothing without we. First, to the people that love me most, I want to say thank you. Thank you for always reminding me of what matters most, particularly Joy Bivens. Your smile, your whispers you saved just for me. Your grace and presence forever cradles my footsteps and keeps me grounded to my purpose and the possibilities of every future moment. Likewise, to my children, Michael Justin, Michaela, and Walter, for me to get to demonstrate in open view the value of fatherhood is a gift wrapped in gold. Thank you for always inspiring me to do the right thing for the right reasons. And then, to the dedicated staff of the City of Whitehall, you inspire me daily to lead with passion, integrity, and with the focus to move this city in service to all residents. If all members of the staff, could you please stand? And remain standing for a moment. Combined, we have made tough decisions, saw the harsh headlines. We have agreed not to run from the problems and answer them honestly with a sense of urgency and action predicated on the knowledge that we won't allow comfort to paralyze progress or yesterday's habits to submarine growth. Together, we have a deep belief in what Whitehall can be and what it is becoming. Tonight will be the story of that belief. Belief in what Whitehall has accomplished and what it can be. You may be seated. By the end, I pray that we all agree that we did not shrink to the challenges because we rose up to meet the moments by moving with purpose, intentionality, and accountability. We stand here today as a vibrant city, diverse, beautiful, and matching the scale of the promise of who we are. We are Whitehall, and we have a government that is responsible, competent, and capable to lead through seasons that will have positive impact on its residents and the region for generations. So tonight, we will speak of the transformation. That's all right. We will speak of the transformation and walk through the progress. You will hear about results, know what we're up against, and walk away hopeful about the city of Whitehall. And if you tune out for the rest of the address and just want to wait until the end, just know the state of the city of Whitehall is strong. So let's begin with the main item that reveals our priorities, our budget. The budget of the city reflects our true priorities, our values, our strategic focus. At the end of the day, while we all may have slight differences in religion, manners, habits, and political ideologies, our budget is the roadmap for how we will allocate our resources towards advancing our city for every resident. Before touching on the budget, I want to thank retired city auditor Steve Quinzel and current auditor Shaquille Alexander for being trusted partners. Our commitment to work together is valued, and our residents should be comforted in knowing that their tax dollars are being spent wisely, conservatively, and with a mind toward the elimination of waste. I'm proud to announce that this administration has delivered balanced budgets to council 2 straight years in a row. And each year, expenses were less than revenue. In common terms, we spent less than we received. And in my mother's terms, we didn't let our eyes be bigger than our stomach. This is exciting because city organization must function with fiscal discipline, and we champion fiscal discipline in this city. Just a snapshot for reference, income taxes make up the bulk and drive general fund revenue. 2024, it was 86%, and 25, it was 88%. Our sources of revenue include Franklin County, investment income, and real estate taxes. Am I doing all right, Auditor? It is worth mentioning that real estate taxes only account for $526,000 in our general fund revenue in 25. The financial picture gets even brighter when we see in 25 total general fund expenditures were $37.7 million. This left us with a balance at the end of the year of $5.4 million. This alone doesn't take into consideration one of the most exciting things we've done to assure financial strength and stability in the city. To tell this story properly requires a little background. It starts in 23 with the year-end general fund balance. It was $2.5 million. When we started serving in 24, we grew the year-end general fund to $5.7 million. And put in place in 25 the newly created Budget Stabilization Fund. So look at this. Employing fiscal discipline, we were able to grow the fund in 25 to $1.52 million. This means that combining $5.4 million, I'm doing my math, with the Budget Stabilization Fund, this administration can boast a 25 year-end general fund balance of $6.9 million. This hasn't been achieved since 21 and is something we're very proud of. Overall, the big picture of the finances is strong, receiving unmodified audit opinions since 22, continuing to grow and diversify the tax base, and continuing to spend less than we collect positions the city for improved credit ratings and fiscal strength. And as Auditor Alexander is fond of saying, and I hope he doesn't consider it robbery to repeat, the numbers don't lie. Whitehall's numbers are strong, and this strength gives us the ability to dream big for our residents and build bridges of possibilities that foster healthy families and healthy community. To demonstrate dreaming big and how this strength allows us to take steps to improve and grow the city, it's worth repeating my philosophy on growth. Growth requires discipline, and discipline requires cultivation and consistent habits, embracing discomfort and fostering a mindset to achieve long-term goals. The cultivation of this consistent habit and the achievement of long-term goals is journalized in the historic contract with our schools in 25 with the creation of the revenue sharing agreement between the city and Whitehall City Schools. The relationship with the schools is a top priority for me. And the economic development of the city must always be mindful of how it impacts our schools. I would like to thank Superintendent Cherie Wells and her team for negotiating this agreement. This agreement will assure that all development deals in the city will compensate schools while at the same time eliminating any disruptions and guaranteeing administrative and fiscal controls for the next 30 years. This is an outstanding accomplishment. Continuing the story of outstanding accomplishments, let's talk about the Whitehall Division of Police. Led by Chief Mike Crispin, I can personally attest to the dedication of our officers. His civilian staff and the community partners. The Division of Police has made meaningful progress in public safety in 25, and here's the evidence. Through the excellent policing of the department, the city experienced 45% decrease in aggravated assaults and nearly 20% decrease in robberies. That's good. These reductions are directly related to proactive patrolling strategies and strong investigative follow-through. Overall, I'm pleased to report across major categories in 25, the Whitehall Division of Police continued to decrease criminal activity in our city. The total reported incidences in the notable listed categories went from more than 2,600 incidences in 24 to less than 2,200 in 25. In each category, the notable reductions include larceny down 17.7%, burglary, breaking and entering down 5.26%, motor vehicle theft down 24.24%, and the list continues. These reductions demonstrate a comprehensive impact across both violent and property crime and reaffirms the effectiveness of the proactive policing approach of the department. And while crime reduction is great, the division is also committed to supporting school safety. This is achieved through ongoing collaboration and positive engagement. The police department continually reviews the safety plan with the schools to ensure that our children are safe, while also providing regular training for both staff and students on safety procedures. The goal is for everyone to feel confident, informed, and prepared. Beyond our safety procedures, our dedicated officers seek meaningful ways to build positive relationships with students, not just as protectors, but also as trusted mentors and partners. The Division of Police is proud of this relationship, and we all should be too, especially with the gift of having 30 students graduate from the Youth Police Academy in the summer of '25. The Whitehall Division of Police will continue to make significant strides to increase staff levels and strengthen community engagement. It remains committed to building momentum and continuing to serve the residents of Whitehall, whether with the Citizens Police Academy, National Night Out, or Shop with a Cop. It has delivered exceptional results in 2025 and will continue in 2026. Thank you, Whitehall Division of Police. And yet, no story of public safety can be complete without talking about the dedicated staff of the Whitehall Division of Fire. Without question, the Whitehall Division of Fire provides industry-leading service to our community due to its accountability, growth, innovation, and development. Led by Chief Preston Moore, I have personally witnessed the integrity, compassion, empathy, courage, and commitment of the service members of the department. The numbers alone demonstrate a daily commitment to teamwork and worthy of mention. In '25, the Whitehall Division of Fire responded to more than 7,000 calls for service. The service before self mentality of our firemen is worthy of praise. The hard work of the department is a way of life. The physical strength, mental acuity, emotional resilience, and intelligence of our firemen, you like that, Chief? Saved lives in '25 and will continue in '26. The dedication is demonstrable, and with the average response times of less than 4 minutes, we know when tragedy strikes, the courageous firemen of Whitehall are there to quickly respond. This leadership is not just about rank and titles either. Our firemen lead with influence and examples. They stay committed to personal development and willingness to step forward with solutions. They champion training and advocate for safety while at the same time building bridges with team members to accomplish the mission. Thank you, Whitehall Division of Fire. Now let's talk about the Parks and Recreation Department. Led by Director Shannon Brady. Our parks, come on, you can give her a round. Our Parks and Recreation Department is dedicated to building community through play, learning, and wellness. We have an amazing park system in Whitehall, too. Not only is it known locally, but also abroad. Since 2018, our parks have received 17 Ohio Parks and Recreation Association Awards of Excellence, including the Ohio Governor's Award. In '25, our parks received 2 statewide awards, first place in adaptive programs and events, and third place in community events. That's fine. Parks and Rec also welcomed youth football and cheerleading in '25. Therefore, Whitehall Parks and Rec now proudly hosts all of the youth sports programs. This dedication ensures keeping the relationship with our school's athletic programs strong and deepening teamwork and community spirit. And if I and Superintendent Wells have anything to do with it, the lessons learned in the youth sports programs matriculating to the schools will lay the foundation for Whitehall Yearling in the near future winning a state championship. Let's speak that thing. The Parks and Recreation Department also hosts a number of programs at our Whitehall Senior Center. It has grown its partnership with Life Care Alliance to deliver meals, support, wellness, and connect residents to vital services in collaboration with the Franklin County Office on Aging. And if that's not enough, the Parks Department has managed dozens of community programs, including events at the splash pad, park rentals, and summer camps. 25 was a year filled with growth, enjoyment, joy for residents of every age, and this will continue in 26. At a glance, the Parks and Rec Department had close to 10,000 senior center impacts, 1,050 food boxes were distributed, 785 youth sports participants in the leagues, 4,000 visits to the splash pad, and 11,575 program events participants in 2025. That's an increase of 56%. Parks will continue signature events like the big summer kickoff, the 5K Purple Run to benefit domestic violence survivors, and fishing with dads in Big Walnut Creek. The Parks and Rec Department is also proud to be the host of the new permanent home of the Food Truck Festival at John Bishop Park. Fun fact, in 2025, thanks to our dedicated law enforcement officers and park staff, we had 0 incidences at the Food Truck Festival. Stay tuned for more information as the planning of this signature event is underway. Thank you, Parks and Rec, for the programs and events in 25. We look forward to more activities in 26. Give them a round of applause. Now what you've all been waiting for, and you know who I'm looking at, and I could feel the pressure to get to this department, the wonderful work of the Public Service Department. I'm sure that you all have appreciated the barrels, the road constructions, the delays, just great. In one sense, it feels like an inconvenience, but when we get to the completion of these projects, our city will be better for it. Led by Director Casey Rollins. At the beginning of 24, we both agreed it was time to replace the water lines on Yearling Road. The budget was prepared for it. Come on. The budget was prepared for it, and we took the steps to get the work done. Interesting fact, these water lines have not been updated since the 1960s. We have made historic infrastructure investment in 25 and will continue to improve. Since becoming mayor, we've invested $48 million in infrastructure and facility improvements, and in 26, we are committed to investing $11 million more. Wow. As you can see, projects completed in 25 range from East Broad Street, Sigmund Kumler, East Main, Hamilton Terrace, Rickenbacker, Maplewood, Yearling Road, and much more. Public service has improved more than 41,000 linear feet of either road improvements, curb replacements, storm intel repairs, or sanitary sewer mains. I might have helped in a few feet of those too. We also improved City Hall, providing structural enhancements, ADA ramp and walkway and beautification, along with installing 2 new shower rooms in the police department. That's just in 25. In 26, expect the completion of the Yearling Road waterline replacement and roadway resurfacing. We are set to see this completed by summer. Also, expect to see East Broad Street complete by spring. There's more on, yes, they're clapping for you, Casey. There's more on the horizon in 26, including street improvements on Doney and Phase 4 of East Broad Street. Finally, I'm excited to announce that we have budgeted for the continuance of the Home Reinvestment Program, and plans are underway to seek ways to reduce each resident's trash collection bill. Yeah. We're also setting a goal to find ways to fund nearly 10 miles of missing sidewalks by 2030. These projects seem like a lot, but the service department does so much more. Led by Street Superintendent Jeff Hart. who is retiring this year after nearly 2 decades of serving the city of Whitehall. He didn't know I was going to do that. In 25, he and our dedicated crew of snow warriors put out 830 tons of salt and 37,000 gallons of brine. These dedicated service members also repaired 132 storm drops, 168 street and traffic signs, 214 lights, painted 151 fire hydrants, replaced 8, and repaired 19. And my favorite, they collected 129 truckloads of leaves. That's 8,900 cubic yards of leaves. And I think half of those came from my yard alone. The goals of the Public Service Department are excellent, and all with the purpose of improving lives in Whitehall. We will continue to invest in planning for the future and preparing for growth. All of this, fire, parks, public service, and every department operate due to the city IT department, led by Director Michael Isaac. It is imperative that the city maintains and keeps technology infrastructure up to date, ensuring systems, network, and data are secure and functional. This critical department supports us all, and in 25, it upgraded aging in-car and handheld radios in our police department. It also replaced outdated in-car routers and earned a $25,000 rebate, saving taxpayer dollars. It modernized the clerk's office court software and updated it to such a degree that for the first time, customers of the clerk and mayor's court can now pay court fees with credit cards. In 25, the auditor's office was upgraded and provided new tax software, and also for the first time, the city has in place a paperless payroll system. This assures every taxpayer that in the calculation of time, we've eliminated manual timesheets that were time-consuming and prone to errors. This efficient and streamlined process is better and will save the city money in the long term. Finally, in the Department of Economic Development, IT upgraded new systems for permits, licensing, zoning, and code enforcement. This allows for code enforcement officers to complete reports in the field, making the process faster and more efficient. The upgrade in the Economic Development Department has bolstered its efficiency, productivity, and ability to boost economic prosperity in the city, and I'm going to touch on the Economic Development Department in a moment. However, prior to that, I want to highlight the accomplishments of the clerk's office. Do you mind? Led by Clerk Lorena Lacey, this office is efficient, focused, and responds to all cases professionally. Clerk of Court Lacey would attribute all of the success to her dedicated staff, and she would be correct. I've personally witnessed their teamwork in action, and I sincerely appreciate Magistrate Maxfield for giving me time to speak to Mayor's Court customers on a weekly basis. I go there to thank everyone for showing up to court and also offer job opportunities. It's an amazing experience, and many of them take me up on my open door policy. All of this is the essence and spirit of the clerk's office. It looks beyond the case files and focuses on the people. That's why it took the steps to make processing court payments more efficiently. Since the beginning of 24, the clerk's office has processed 372 applications for record sealing and expungements. It's easy to just look at a number without thinking of the impact. A sealed record opens doors to persons obtaining employment and opportunities, also housing access. By removing barriers to employment and housing helps our neighbors to reintegrate and reduces the likelihood of reoffending. This is a win for everyone. And our clerk's office is part of that success. Also, with the change in law due to House Bill 29, our clerk's office assisted 424 persons with traffic cases coming into compliance. And in 25, our court held 5,211 hearings. Wow. On the horizon, the clerk is working diligently to turn our collection efforts over to the Ohio Attorney General's office to go after and collect nearly $909,000 in uncollected court costs and fees that have gone uncollected as far back as '06. I'm thankful for the work of the clerk's office and look forward to our continued partners with Carter's Kindness that generously provides meal kits to anyone in need, and on a weekly basis, court customers routinely benefit. Now, let's talk about the Economic Development Department, led by Director Jackie Russell. She and her team are dedicated to attracting new business while also supporting existing ones, and always looking for innovative ways to create new jobs. I believe that housing is a fundamental right. Let me repeat that. I believe that housing is a fundamental right. And as such, housing is a foundational driver of our Economic Development Department. And this department keeps this at the forefront of its efforts in being a catalyst for job creation, local business support, and keeping a stable workforce. In tracking the data, in '25, the building department processed over 1,000 building permits and generated more than $400,000 in fees. This is $250,000 more than in '24. It completed more than 400 inspections, provided permits for 6 single-family homes, and launched new online permitting software. The planning department oversaw 11 Whitehall Planning Commission cases. And speaking of the Planning Commission, I would like to publicly thank Denny Roberge for decades in which he served and dedicated to the Planning Commission. Now, this is important because planning members stay a long time. Terry Anderson, 29 years. Mike Brown, 19 years. And Barbara Blake, 13 years, just to name a few. They serve a long time. And I look forward to working with Mr. Robert's successor, Jeff Phillips. The planning department also oversaw 14 BZBA cases. Lastly, the RISE Community Strategic Plan is underway, and we have created a new webpage and zoning map to highlight and educate the public regarding the Fairway Boulevard Overlay District. In '25, the Economic Development Department performed more than 250 business visits, had many grand openings and ribbon cuttings, and had a multitude of requests for information from potential commercial projects looking at Whitehall as a potential site. As earlier mentioned, the Economic Development Department negotiated and completed the school compensation agreement and is proud to stand with LDG in the groundbreaking of Aries Lofts on Main and Barnett. This 315-unit housing development is a $108 million investment in the city. Once complete, the project will offer 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units for residents that earn 50 to 70% of the area median income. And we throw AMI numbers out so quickly and generically without considering the types of residents that match these percentages. These people are families with actual jobs that we are all familiar with. For instance, 50 to 70% of the area median income earners are real people. Jobs like home health aides, cashiers, teachers' aides. They're also laborers, customer service representatives, and administrative assistants. In the 70% range are people that work in as medical assistants, in retail, delivery drivers, and what I used to do while attending law school many years ago, insurance claims. Aries Loft is set to open in the summer of '27, and the Rita June Foundation is committed to providing additional resources to the residents that ultimately settle in this beautiful place. I'm looking forward to meeting every resident that calls Aries Loft home and welcome them in advance to the city of Whitehall. Also, the Rockwell District is in active design. The city just approved a modified site plan, and we can expect construction fences and anticipate groundbreaking in the summer. The Economic Development Department team has approximately 10 active economic projects. I wish I could tell you. Economic projects in the pipeline, including job opportunities, market rate housing, affordable housing, and the creation of a destination place that one day a person from Dublin will get dressed to come to Whitehall for their entertainment. I'm not one to shy away from uncomfortable conversations. You all know this about me. And I have to admit, there were economic development projects that struck at the heart of many residents in the city. These hearts led to issues being placed on the ballot and the creation of the Fairway Overlay District. Please go online to visit the Overlay District on the website to learn more about it, and signs will be posted along the corridor to let all existing and future property owners know about the Overlay District. We will also host community conversations regarding the district in the near future. And notwithstanding the information that was provided to residents that in many cases was misleading and confusing regarding tax abatements and incentives, the potential development projects on Fairway has not gone away. Rest assured, the administration is hopeful to continue to work with all of the property owners in the creation of a housing development that matches the beauty of Fairway. I also would like to publicly thank the city attorney for his recent and well-reasoned opinion that the moratorium codified in the Fairway Overlay District zoning code is unconstitutional. This means that all projects that were authorized prior to the last November election will be evaluated pursuant to the prior code. There's definitely more to come regarding the development of Fairway, and we promise to keep you informed each step of the way. Lastly, the future of the Economic Development Department includes embarking on a specific marketing strategies to work on educating the public regarding economic development opportunities and projects, as well as the completion of the RISE strategic plan that's focused on reimagining opportunities, innovating for the future, shaping growth and development, and emerging stronger together. This plan will assure that Whitehall will be ready for the growth coming to the region and to our city. I am so thankful to serve as Vice Chair of the Regional Policy Roundtable for MORPC. The value of MORPC is unmatched. It, along with the Central Ohio Defense Group, provides valuable information to assist our city to prepare for the prosperity of the region. Just for information, depending upon the pace of this prosperity, Whitehall could add up to 7,500 new residents by 2050. Meaning, we must be prepared for the added pressure on housing, infrastructure, parks, and city services. From the information we are obtaining from our regional partners, Whitehall will be ready. Now I'm almost done. I'm rounding out. As you know, I started this address with the salutary call to consider all people. As such, my next to final share will be about the Human Resource Department and to finally address the new Department on Neighborhoods. Starting with the Human Resources Department, led by Director Tracy Wentz. The people that serve our city, the 188 dedicated employees, not only drive the mission and vision of the city, their significant organizational benefits to the residents foster increased engagement, higher retention, and improvements in productivity. Morale and discipline are pillars of this administration, and we constantly seek ways to be more efficient and meaningful to employees. We always have to be mindful of hiring trends and increasing benefits cost. All budgeted in 26, we are ready to attract talent to benefit the strategic goals of the city. We look forward to delivering on the promise of improving our workforce in 26. And the word is out about Whitehall too. In the past year, we experienced high level of interest in employment with the city. We received 1,847 applications, and candidates were sourced through 17 different recruitment channels. Retirements contributed to our turnover rate in 25, and our commitment to our strong relationships with our unions, we were successful in negotiating 2 collective bargaining agreements in 25. Our human resource team is committed to fostering a workplace that attracts, develops, and retains top talent, and I'm honored to lead them every day. I'm also honored to recognize 4 employees right now. Each year, the city recognizes high-performing employees as Employee of the Year. It's important to mention that these employees are selected from the people that work with them every day. It's an amazing accomplishment, and for 2025, the categories were administration, service, fire, and police. When you hear your name, can you please stand? It is with sincere honor to recognize the following employees as Employee of the Year in 25. Julie Ogg, Administrative. She's not here tonight taking care of family, but she knew I was going to say her name. Dustin Irvin, Service. Justin Mooney, Fire. And last but not least, Jason Kubinski, Police. Please give them a round of applause. Let's get the pictures. We'll pause. Unless you want my wife and daughter in the pictures, that's fine. Now, finally, before we end this address, it is important to mention the Department on Neighborhoods. I want to thank City Council for approving this critical Human Services Department in 25 and believing that our residents will be well served with the department that's dedicated to every person, home, and neighborhood in Whitehall. We presented the facts for its needs. And as I started this address speaking about the budget and our values, it's appropriate to end with the Department on Neighborhoods because this is the missing link to solidify the investment and dedication we have to our residents. Nevertheless, I believe it's necessary to speak directly about the new effort as early as tomorrow at Council to defund the newly created Department of Neighborhoods before it becomes operational. This department was established with a crucial purpose to combat the systemic and deep-seated issues that plague Whitehall, including its alarmingly high poverty rates, infant mortality rates, and evictions. It was also created to manage and coordinate neighborhood events, grants administration, and to seek ways to enhance the lives of the residents of Whitehall. First, let's consider the statistical reality. Whitehall faces some of the highest poverty rates in the region. This is not just a number. It represents families struggling to make ends meet, children who go to bed hungry, and individuals who feel abandoned by systems meant to support them. The Department of Neighborhoods was created as a lifeline, a wraparound resource aimed at tackling these very challenges. Defunding it means cutting off potential essential support for our most vulnerable residents. Furthermore, the point made by some about redundancy and wastefulness is not only misguided, but deeply insulting to those who will rely on the department's services. It's easy to dismiss the department as unnecessary when you're insulated from the struggles of poverty and hardship. The reality is that this department is not redundant. It's essential. The facts and data support this claim, along with the operational management and department study performed by Clemens and Nelson. The evidence is clear. This department will play a vital role in addressing the barriers that our residents face daily. The investment of $165,500 is only 0.3% of the overall budget. It is not merely an expense, it's a commitment to the well-being of our community. Over the past year, I've hosted numerous town halls to discuss these issues, ensuring residents have a voice in how we allocate resources. The feedback has been clear. Our community wants and needs support. Furthermore, our Chief Financial Officer, Shaquille Alexander, our wonderful auditor, affirms that the city can afford it. And I agree. It's time to make this investment in our residents. If the legislation to defund passes tomorrow, we'll effectively erase the progress we've made. We will dismantle a resource before it gets started that's central to addressing critical resident barriers. The implication of such a decision extend far beyond fiscal responsibility. They speak to who we are, resonate our values of compassion, and speak to community solidarity. In a time when our residents face so many challenges, we must not retreat from our responsibilities. Instead of defunding the Department of Neighborhoods, we should be fortifying it, and in time expand its capabilities to reach even more residents in need. Let us not turn our backs on those who rely on us the most. It's time to stand up for our community and advocate for the support that is not just needed, but desperately necessary. The administration is standing up for the community, and based on the interest in the concept, we received an overwhelmingly amount of interest in persons interested in leading this department. Since this department will live at the doorsteps of our residents, it was important to evaluate and interview prospective candidates collectively and with our residents. I want to thank Pastor Claude Davis, Diane Peters, Paul Werther, and the first president of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, Nay Salito, for taking the time to interview more than 30 candidates to lead the department. And tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have found someone to lead the first Department on Neighborhoods. He is here this evening. Please welcome Director Gerald Wright to the City of Whitehall. In his first public appearance, he'll make a presentation to council tomorrow about his vision for the department. You're welcome to come listen tomorrow at 7. Director Wright is dynamic, inspirational, and amazing, and I believe that Shannon might have said he might even be a better presenter than me. I speak for the whole panel, Mr. Wright, that made the selection. You are going to serve our city well. It's an incredible blessing. I'm about to close. It's an incredible blessing to serve as the mayor for the city of Whitehall. I'm grateful for each day, moment, and relationship gained along the way. I didn't think I was going to get emotional doing this closing, but I am. From every senior citizen, or better yet, experienced resident, to the youngest, I want to thank you for taking the time to participate and listen to the beautiful story of Whitehall. The city of Whitehall experiences opportunities daily, and we share these opportunities with every resident. That's why tonight we had a workforce component. Thank you to every employer that provided and personified opportunity tonight. Again, I truly appreciate your time to hear the address on the condition of Whitehall. Hopefully you were able to glean that the triumphs and possession of strength, resilience, and purpose are all results of a city that's working together to stake its claim in the prosperity of the region. From the economic development opportunities ahead due to bus rapid transit to the preparing for accessory dwelling units, Whitehall will be ready for growth. I recognize that management of city government is complicated, and we're not perfect. Nevertheless, it's my firm promise to build bridges instead of fostering division. We are building a Whitehall that says that we all belong here, because nothing can stop us when we stand together. The days ahead are exciting, and I'm proud to announce again that the state of the city and every department in it is strong. Whitehall is strong because we have a measure and meaningful peace in assuring that this city will be a place where future families and generations will call home. There is so much more to do and accomplish, and I look forward to the steps ahead with each of you. Our shared resilience is worth fighting for, and one for which I truly appreciate championing every single day. Thank you to all of you, residents of Whitehall. God bless you. God bless the city of Whitehall.
All right, one more round of applause for our mayor, Michael Bivens. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to that very important moment, and I would like to just take a moment and introduce you to a wonderful, one of the most wonderful human beings on this planet. He is currently our magistrate for our Whitehall Mayor's Court. He is a native of Whitehall. He is a veteran of our armed services. He is a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney. And again, now he serves as our magistrate. And I have heard defendants actually say to my face, that is the nicest judge I have ever been in front of in my entire life. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the ninth wonder of the world, being the nicest judge, the Honorable Sean Maxfield.
Thank you. Good evening, folks. She told me I was going to be the designated old guy that grew up in Whitehall. Oh, is that working?
I'm a little short, so sorry,
Okay,
Magistrate.
Okay. So I'm the designated old guy that grew up in Whitehall when the dinosaurs ruled the earth. So I've been in Whitehall on and off since I was a kid. I came here when I was 5 years old, grew up, went through Whitehall schools. I love this community, and I've seen it grow and get better and better and better. And I agree with the mayor. You know, I don't want to say he's doing a great job, because I think everybody here knows that he is. You can see the difference, how the city is managed from the top on down. I'm not real happy with Lorena Lacey because she put me between the mayor and the car. So I'm gonna make this pretty brief. I had a half an hour speech I was gonna give. I'm gonna cut it down to a couple of minutes. Now seriously, the mayor's doing a great job. One of the things that he mentioned there, which I absolutely love, and that is he comes to Mayor's Court every Tuesday. We call just a brief timeout, and he mingles with the people there. He talks to them. He's a liaison between the business community and the people that are there, and even the people that are not from Whitehall. He doesn't know where they're from, but he walks around and he talks to them. And I mean, he's the mayor that was just up here talking, but he's down there with the people. I call him the mayor with boots on the ground, because, not to his face, but he just like he can stand up here and give a good speech, he can relate to people from all walks of life. And believe me, I see these people nodding their head, talking to him, asking him questions. He tells them he's got an open door policy. I mean, he is the people's mayor. And one of the things I think you can judge a person by is the things that they do when nobody's looking. And Mayor Bivens, which is one of the reasons that he and I get along so well, because I feel the same way, but he has a real heart for the underprivileged, for the people that don't have a voice in the community. And never ever have I seen him be up here and somebody else down there. One of the things he didn't mention is that in Mayor's Court, now I guess I should say I'm the magistrate in Mayor's Court, I'm like the judge there on Tuesdays, but he's given me the freedom to try and talk to some of these folks and get them straightened out. People come in with problems, we could just run them through, and that's the easy thing to do sometimes, but we have people who can't get driver's licenses because they're under suspension. So do you know why you're under suspension? No, I don't know. Well, I can take the time to tell them. I got their records there, and I can tell them what to do to get there. And that makes a big difference. We've had people come back and say, thank you. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I was eligible to get my license. He also instituted a program, and I'm pretty sure this is back when he was the city attorney, where we have the person is not a licensed social worker, but he's from the Owens Group, and both the city attorney and myself can evaluate cases and send them back to him for community resources. So we don't just have folks come into court, run them through, okay, you don't have a license, here's your fine. Even people that are charged with theft. There's a big difference between somebody taking food to eat or a shirt, a pair of pants to go apply for a job than somebody who's taken a bunch of electronics. And sometimes we can take the people, and this is thanks to the mayor because he instituted this program, we can get people to the right community resources. And some of them, they're addiction problems. And we can get those people to the right. So I don't want to say it's a full service court, but most courts aren't like that. And that's because of the mayor. Most courts are, you committed a crime, you don't have a driver's license, you're under suspension, you're going to plead guilty or not. And plead guilty, get out of here, here's your fine. That's not how the mayor rolls. So he wants to serve the community, and how he acts when nobody's looking, I've gotten to see that for the last 10 years, his 8 years as city attorney, and then as the mayor, and he's the real deal. And people don't see that. And he sure sounds like the real deal when he's up here talking, doesn't he? That's because he is. Now, when I said I roamed with the dinosaurs, I wasn't too far off. I've personally known probably the last 8 or 9 mayors, and this is the most professional mayor that I can recall, and we've had some good ones here. And maybe I shouldn't say this, but to be the mayor of Whitehall, you don't need any business acumen. You don't need anything. You can just put your name on the ballot and run. So all the things you've heard about here tonight, all the things that Mayor Bivens has accomplished and is accomplishing, could all be turned over someday to somebody with a high school education. So nothing wrong with people that only have a high school education, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that he's a businessman. What he has to do to keep this city afloat, I don't know how he sleeps. So let's all hope that he can continue the good work that he started. And hopefully those of you who are in a position to help will do that. So what, am I supposed to leave? Okay, all right. You saved a big hook there. Okay, so look, like I said, I was really disappointed, and it's her fault right there. Now, I do want to say one thing about Lorena. She is a great clerk of courts. I've been there as the magistrate in Whitehall for over 20 years, and she's totally turned that office around and is doing a great job. The only thing I got against her is putting me in between the mayor and the.
What'd you say about me?
I don't know, what am I doing?
Okay, that's what you
stand right here. Okay. Let's get this party started. All right. Uh-oh, somebody's mic. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to give a car away, too. Let's see. Good evening, everyone. My name is Deanna Hanna. I'm the Executive Assistant to Mayor Michael Bivens. How are you? I just want to again thank you all for being here this evening. You are truly what makes this city so special. Oh, they're already here. Okay. Whitehall is home to more than 20,000 residents. We are a diverse, hardworking city. And at the same time, just over 70% of our residents do live in poverty. We listen closely when our residents tell us what they need to move this city forward. When we ask residents how access to a reliable vehicle would make a difference in their lives, they have shared the following information. Help them to get to work consistently and pursue better employment opportunities, reduce reliance on limited public transportation routes and schedules, allow them to take their children to school, childcare, and activities without stress, make it easier to attend medical appointments and attend workforce training, provide stability, independence, and dignity for their families. So all in all, transportation creates access, and access creates opportunities. So as a part of this process to win a vehicle, participants were to complete a short form, and there was a small portion for an essay of 200 words or less. Our staff did review each and every one of your essays, and those who demonstrated the need were put into a random selection system, and from that random selection system, 2 winners will be selected this evening. So, to win a vehicle tonight, you must be here. So if your name is called, you need to be here. Proof of residency in the city of Whitehall. And within 3 days, you will need to provide a valid driver's license and car insurance. So once you have those items, you would just give us a call. We will have you come and pick the car up at City Hall. All right? So before we announce our winners, I'd like to, they're already here, invite to the stage the people I have the privilege of doing this work with every single day. The team that works tirelessly behind the scenes to make our community stronger. This initiative truly reflects the heart of our team and our commitment to removing barriers and creating real opportunities for our. So at this time, they're here. I like to call them the A-team. I don't know. That's what we call each other in our group chat. So this is the A-team, y'all. Give them a round of applause. And thank you to our sponsor of the 2 vehicles. That's a Real Situation, Inc. All right. So are you ready? I think they're going to click the button and then the name is going to come up. All right? Are you ready? All right. I don't know if we're going to be able to see the name, are we? It's going. Well, they'll see the name. Okay, it's going.
I'll do whatever I'm told.
Okay. Who is it? Uh-oh. What's the name? Oh, wow. I can't see it. Sharon Dunning. Can you come up here, please?
Yes, ma'am, let's go. Sharon Dunning, everyone.
Well, we'll let her get up here and then we'll do our next one. That was a great thing. I don't know.
No,
gentlemen, Ms. Sharon and Diane. All right. Are we ready for the next one? All right. Okay, great. Oh, Lordy. Making me nervous. Keisha Foster, are you here, Keisha? Ooh. I guess we'll have to do it again. Amy Boyd. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Amy Boyd. So, you two ladies will, the cars are out front, they have red bows on them. I think they're red. And you can take pictures, you can do all the things. You will not drive it home tonight. We're gonna take it back to City Hall, and you get your information to us, and we will tell you to come pick it up, okay? Congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This concludes the 2026 Whitehall